Alright, hey everyone, Noah Walker here, back with another match for my video series Accumulated Knowledge with Team Cardhoarder. This week I'm playing Miracles against fellow Team Cardhoarder member Devin Kapke playing Shardless Bug, and this is our second match, and I am going to play. Alright, this hand seems okay. There's a Brainstorm, a fetch land, some lands. I can cast everything, can shuffle away and treat if it's bad. Yeah, I think this is a totally fine keep. Have a Force of Will and a blue card aside from the Brainstorm, so everything seems to be going quite alright. Ancestral Visions suspended. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm just going to fire off the Brainstorm here. Maybe put back Entreat in one of the fetches, then cast the Ponder. I kind of want the lands, but I don't think there's anything else we want to put on top besides Entreat. Oh, maybe we put back Venser. Venser doesn't seem insane yet, so. Ponder. Alright, yeah, I think this is just fine to shuffle away. None of those cards are particularly impressive. Venser is really good against Ancestral Vision, but that's about all it's good against on this board state. Fortunately, we have so many lands here that, oh, I'm going to turn off the auto yields because I don't want to keep, I don't want to F6 through his turn, just in case. Counterbalance is a good card. You can play that. It's pretty bad against Abrupt Decay, but it's good against most other things, so. Especially if we can respond to the Ancestral Visions with Snapcaster on Brainstorm, put a 0 on top, and counter it. It'd be pretty ideal. Crack the Delta for Bayou. Alright. Ooh, we drew Venser. Venser is actually pretty good in this matchup. Oh, he's gonna decay our counterbalance? Huh, so I could Venser the counterbalance, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'd much rather Venser the vision. So I'm just gonna let that happen. I could have said yes to the trigger just to decide whether or not I wanted to crack the touch lines, and that's probably correct. So saying yes to the trigger means that it's not going to counter the counterbalance isn't going to counter the decay anyways, really. So it's probably fine to want to know what the top card is. I probably should have responded to the trigger by cracking one of the fetch lands to get a Tundra, and then let the trigger happen, then decide if we wanted to crack the other based on what the top card was. Him. I could just Venser the him. I really want to have this Venser for the visions. But alright, so maybe it's better here. I'm just gonna Venser the him, and then next turn on upkeep force the visions. I'm just gonna get 2 Tundras so that he can't really wasteland us profitably. And I think that I'm gonna Snapcaster maybe Brainstorm. I want to find like another blue spell and just have good stuff on top. I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, that's does seem a bit better than not doing that. So I'm just gonna. They don't call it a miracle for no reason. So we know one of the cards in his hand is him. So I kind of just want to Force of Will the Ancestral Vision. We could not, and then Force of Will is something that he plays afterwards. But since we already know that he has one card that isn't fantastic currently, I think it's fine to just Force of Will this. Because if we get in 2 hits with these angels, he's dead, so. Definitely, definitely looking much better this game than the last couple. Definitely partially because we got a little lucky, but him is fine. Discard the plow. Just going to keep this fetch land up, too. No decay one time. Decay? No. Okay, still 1 angel is great, so I'm not going to play the Cavern just in case we draw a Brainstorm or a Snapcaster, for that matter. It's like slightly worse if we draw something like the second Entreat, but Entreat for 3 is almost just as good, so Liliana's fine. Alright, you got the Venser. That's actually a really smart -2 because, ooh, Jace is pretty okay, I guess. Oh, wow. Force. Okay. Cavern, I'll name Wizard. Then, this angel is going face, by the way. If you couldn't tell. Because I just want to kill him. So he has 0 cards in hand. Maybe it was a little better to attack the Liliana there. Because he's definitely going to +1 the Liliana here, almost no matter what. Okay, he should have played the Underground Sea first, obviously. So that was a little bit of a blunder, but he's going to animate the tar pit, hit us for 3. We're still not fetching with the Tarn. The reason we had to play the Cavern is because he was just going to +1 with Liliana anyway, so. DC? No. Don't DC. We need you for battling. Alright. Heat back. Alright. Tarpit animated. Tarpit coming in. So here we have to attack the Liliana. Oh, if there's a land on top, gosh, that would be savage. Should attack the Liliana because otherwise they'll just -2 on our angel, and that is not good, so. Land 1 time. It really 1 time for a land being on top, so. Snare. Dang. Having a snare on top means that he can't cast any 1-cost spells this turn, so that's not horrible. And if he does happen to cast some Shardless, no, Shardless is okay. Cascades into Abrupt Decay. Well, that's pretty annoying. The decay is going to happen. Not too much we can do about it. Shardless is fine. Man, that was a womp womp. So definitely going to have to crack this fetch line. Because we don't want to draw the top card. It's not very good. The snare with nothing in hand. So second counterbalance. Might as well play it, I guess. Going down to 4. Going on to 3. That's kind of risky, I think. Because now if we draw click, I guess maybe he has, you know. Ooh, a Jace. So could definitely see merit to bouncing Shardless here, kind of, but I think the best play here is to brainstorm. Alright, both a brainstorm and 2 Terminus, which is perfect, because that means that on his turn we can brainstorm Terminus. Which he's not really going to be playing around either, so basically as good as it gets. Alright, yeah, he's going to be super sad. I'm going to let him attack first, too, just to give him some hope. Or actually, no, the more important reason that I'm letting him attack first is if we just try to brainstorm, then he could use the mana, float it. Alright, Terminus. Wow! He had Force Blue card. Okay. Got me. I think I put the top 2 cards back in the wrong order. I don't think there's a Terminus on top. Oh, there is. Which I suppose we want a Miracle. I love how I'm wowing at his 4th blue card when I just like brainstormed into brainstorm Terminus, which is near perfect. If he has a land, we're dead though, so. Actually, we're dead anyways because our top card is a land, so might as well save some time and concede this game. Alright, back to sideboarding. Game 2. I think Back to Basics is great. I think Swords to Plowshares is good too. I think Rest in Peace is probably worth it. And I think I'm going to bring in 1 Pyroblast and 1 REP. And I think that Counterbalance is really bad. As you saw that game, it didn't really do very much. And since we're bringing in the Rest in Peace, it's probably okay to cut some number of snaps. Maybe all the snaps, honestly. But Snap is really good. I'm just really not sure, you know, what the best way to sideboard with this deck is. But I think since we're bringing in Rest in Peace, it's kind of risky to keep in the snaps. So I'll try this. Last time I brought in Moat. I think Moat could be pretty good, but it is definitely good against Tarmogoyf. Maybe it's better than one of the Vencers. I'm not positive, but I think this is fine. All right, game 2. Another game, another mulligan. This one's keepable though, so. Click is not great though, so I'm just going to bottom that. Terminus is like insane because we have the Brainstorm, so. And the basic lands are actually pretty good here too. Okay, Death Rate's fine. I'm just going to fire off one of these Brainstorms, especially because we have 2. And I actually am just going to keep this Terminus on top. If he plays another creature, then I'll snap Terminus. If he doesn't, then I'll consider just plowing the Deathrite. Having the Jace is pretty valuable also, just because in the next couple turns we'll be able to cast the Jace quite easily. Looks like he has a Shardless Agent for turn, which could be good, as long as he doesn't hit a discard spell. Then I'm really happy with him casting Shardless here. Oh, a discard spell. Is that what that is? Ugh, that's a little annoying. He gets to take our Jace. Bye bye Jace. But we do get to Miracle this Terminus, which is pretty good here. But him taking Jace is super sad. I'm just going to play the basic land. Kind of want to set upkeep stops for us just so he doesn't know every time that we draw a Miracle. Ooh, another Thought's easy. I'm just going to brainstorm. Ooh, perfect. Back Entreat, Plow. Thoughtseize whiffs. We get to draw a Plow, which I think I'm going to play on the Deathrite. Yeah, I'm just going to plow that Deathrite. And then we have an Entreat for 2, which I think it's worth it. Especially because it puts him on a 2-turn clock, so. Play a Vulcan Pass. So this game ended up super, super favorable for us. I think we just got pretty lucky, but as long as this card isn't Maelstrom Pulse. Oh, it's Deluge for 4. He keeps in Toxic Deluge in this matchup. That's really interesting to see. It seems like it'd be pretty bad in most scenarios, but what do I know? I am not great at piloting Shardless, so not sure what the best possible thing to be doing is. So I keep on taking out these Snapcasters in there. It just seems to be a lot of great scenarios where like I'd want to draw a Snapcaster, so maybe it's not right to be taking them out. I don't know. We do seem to be flooding a bit this game though, so just really hoping for another Jace or an Entreat the Angels, maybe even Dillion Click. Any of those would be really good. Something to help us win the game. A top would be good too. We haven't really played top all that much in these matches. Ancestral Vision and Liliana. That's a pretty good turn after a Brainstorm with one other card in hand. Alright. Drew a Plow. That's sad. Get attacked by this tar pit. Nothing we can do about it. Okay, Venser's pretty good. Because now, Venser's actually really good here. Because he can plus with the Liliana, then we respond by bouncing it. Ooh, but he has a card in hand. Man. I was like, man, this is gonna be like such a sick play. We're gonna bounce his Liliana and make him discard it, but now he doesn't have to discard the Liliana. Abrupt Decay with his other card. Okay, so that makes sense. One white plus the Lily. We just won't really want another Entreat the Angels here, obviously, but Lily's fine. Definitely gonna minus to us. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Right now I'm really hoping for a back to basics or something like that. Bunch of lands. Yes, I would like to shuffle. Okay. Pretty bad timing for this red elemental blast, but what can you do? Just gonna get attacked by another creeping tar pit. Man, I really feel like this matchup isn't horrible. It seems like it's possible, you know, to win. But the way these games have been going, it really doesn't feel very favorable. Maybe I'm just like messing up. Maybe I'm not sideboarding perfectly. It seems like Snapcaster could be worth it, and maybe Rest in Peace isn't insane. But Rest in Peace shutting off 8 cards in this deck and them all being threats just like leads me to believe that maybe it is, you know, good enough. And like it seemed like we were in pretty commanding positions in a couple of these games where just like we ended up losing kind of out of the blue. So I mean, this game definitely isn't over yet, but I feel very far behind him having 3 cards in hand, Creeping Tar Pit and a Liliana to R0. So ooh, that can't be great. Ancestral Vision off of Shardless Agent. He's a million cards in hand. Spell Snare, not a great draw. Yeah, we were just getting run out of the gym here by all his cards. Yeah, discard Snare. Just yield until end of turn here. We don't even want to Pauper Fetch here because then the clock would speed up. So actually, even without the clock speeding up, so now our 1 out here is back to basics, and it'd actually be quite good. All right, click is not good enough, so I'm just gonna concede this game. So yeah, those matches did not end so well. It was a lot of, you know, what seemed to be okay 1-for-1 trades in the early stages of the game, and then he just ran away with a Planeswalker and value from Ancestral Vision and his man lands. So maybe the matchup is just not very favorable. Any matchup where the counterbalance lock isn't great, or where I feel like I want to bring it out, I can't imagine is like the best matchup, especially with him having Abrupt Decays, Crows and Grips, a bunch of cards to fight really well against it. He has discard spells too. The one that surprised me though was how Toxic Deluge played out. I would expect something like, you know, Maelstrom Pulse to be kept in. I would expect something like Decay, but I wouldn't really expect Toxic Deluge. Maybe that's why he keeps in 1 or something, because it's really good against Entreat, and it's okay if I'm not playing around it and I just apply a bunch of pressure with my creatures. But yeah, just keep losing to this deck so far, but hopefully this next match goes a little better. Thanks for watching.